ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. Please do not forget to subscribe, like this video, comment below guys. Please do talk with me guys, please, I beg you. Well, this is the one and the only The Optimist. Umxhosa qho ongangqwanga ixhoba leentlungu zabo ungqele rhaxa bengqelekile intombi neshori nezingcayo ngayo. Ladies and gentlemen, remember there's still poems coming up on this channel, so guys kusezoba lithi. Today guys, I'm bringing you the videos of my friends sharing their own experiences with a low self-esteem. Remember, I also said that in the previous video that I'll also be sharing my own story with a low self-esteem, as I was once a victim of a low self-esteem guys. And being a victim is never something nice. You need to just stand up and do something about it. I really do motivate and encourage people guys to stand up and not allow the world to victimize them. You were never born to be a victim, but you were born to be a victor.
Guys, my name is Nombulela Mdoda. I also experienced a low self-esteem long time ago because I remember people used to brush off my thoughts, my point of view and my perspective as well. And secondly, I also experienced that I'm ugly. So for me it was not an easy experience, because especially the one that they brush off my thoughts in a way that they want their own thoughts to be recognized, and they think that their own perspective as well are much important than mine. So I had to sit down and speak to myself in a way that, and try to also go into internet and check people that I feel that they are inspiration to me and look to their journey. How did they deal with their low self-esteem to improve to have a higher self-esteem? So after that I also have to speak to myself and be like, no one have a right to brush you off when you're saying something and when you're trying to raise your point. So for the one that they used to say that I'm ugly, I never ever have a problem with that one, because we grown in a society and in a democracy that whereby kids, small kids, when they are growing up they have to be ugly, and when they are growing up already they will be beautiful as a symbol of showing that they are growing up fairly. So that was my experience of having a low self-esteem. As we're speaking currently, I improved a lot because I believe and I stand for my words and for my speeches, and I believe that no one have a right to brush me off when I say my speech and when I stand for my speech. And I believe in myself and I have a high self-confident and a self-esteem. Thank you very much. That was my experience and that was my story. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sandy. Today I want to share a story about how I experienced a low self-esteem. I was in high school and doing grade 9. All my friends were looking down on me, always judging the way I dress, the way I am, how my hands look like, everything. They had to look down on me, and that always turned me down. So how I dealt with that, I decided that I'm better off alone, staying alone, not around people, because being around people is where they see something that they will judge. So being alone gave me an advantage, gave me a motivation to study hard and pass well. Today I'm doing my 10th year in university.
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching those videos, and I would also like to extend my deep gratitude to my friends for the time they dedicated in making those videos, as well as the courage that they had to share their experiences and their stories with the world. Just like I said guys, that I would also like to share my own story. So I've also battled with a low self-esteem, especially when I was in high school, through my height and my beauty. Well guys, I've battled a lot with an issue of a low self-esteem when it comes to my height. So I'm a very short person, so I have been basically reminded of how short I am since I was in high school until now, and it's something that's never going to change. But now it's a different case because I'm able to deal with it. I've accepted myself. It's no longer affecting me at all now. But in high school it was really a problem guys, because I lost friends because of it, and also I isolated myself from certain groups because of this issue of being a shorter person. In my community I have been reminded that I am so short. You are kulimani, you see those type of comments and all that. So they affected me a lot guys when I was still growing up. And also when it comes to my friends, some of my friends, they told me that they cannot hang out with me anymore, simply because I am very short. One of my friends that I love the most, she basically made it clear to me that, girl, I cannot hang out with you anymore because you're very short. And I'm just wondering what people are saying when they see you and me. You see this and this was my friend and this was basically me, so the equation wasn't balancing at all. So when she told me that guys, I basically felt so rejected and so insufficient, and as a result I started isolating myself a lot when it comes to some groups of people. And I would look at people's heights and be like, oh my god, she's gonna remind me of how short I am, so I better stay away from that person. Coming to my beauty, well guys, my beauty has been a controversy for a very long time. Even now it still happens, but it's just not so common like when I was in high school. So when I was in high school guys, people used to say that I was ugly. They used to hold like debates about me in different classes. During break times, people will be like, Charlie is not beautiful, it's just that she has a long, dark and beautiful hair, and her hair is basically making her to look a little bit better. Even in my class guys, I'll see people congregating in groups only to find out they were discussing about me. Like I would just basically see people looking at me, keep on looking at me, and I'll be like, I wonder what's happening. And later on I'll find out that, oh, they were just discussing me about my beauty actually. So it went to a point whereby I believed that I was very ugly. Therefore I basically accepted it because I think I'm confident by nature, so I usually adapt in situations more quicker and all that. So I basically embraced myself. I was like, okay, well, I'm ugly. I just believed that I was ugly, and I just made sure that everything that has something to do with beauty, I just keep myself away from it. And also when it comes to having a lot of beautiful friends, having or hanging out with beautiful people, I would sometimes feel so inferior, feel so shy sometimes, because I would feel like maybe I am such a bad person around them. As in, I'm wondering what people are saying actually about us. You see, like, oh my god, they are so beautiful. It's just that Charlie, oh my god, if Charlie was in part of their group, their beauty would be very complete. Their group J will be very complete in terms of beauty. So people basically used to say that I am too ugly to be confident. So I think my confidence was striking people into talking a lot about my beauty, because even in high school people were saying that a lot, like, why is she this confident, however she is this ugly? oh my god, uyazimisela man, uyazigqatsa kodwa mbi, akasembi for ukuzigqatsa. You see all those kind of comments guys made about me, and as a result you'll just basically feel like, okay, well, I'm very ugly, so well, let it be. So guys, basically in high school people believed that I was too ugly to be confident, and right now as I'm older it's a different case. Like, people say that I'm ugly, it's just that, you know, I like myself, I'm always on point, which makes me look beautiful. Otherwise, you know, if someone angangijonga kakuhle guys, if angangiqwalasela, then that person would say that no man, akekho mhle, it's just that umuntu ozithandayo. So it's something that I live with. So it's very important for you to accept things like that. That's why I also had to develop a way to basically deal with this ugly issue and this height thing. So in terms of my height guys, how I'm dealing with it, I've accepted my height guys. I've accepted it because I know that I cannot change it, and therefore I believe also that it's basically best for my purpose, that my purpose needed someone who is this height, and that I'm not insufficient because I am shorter in my heart. When it comes to my beauty guys, I look at myself according to God's image, because the word of God says that we're created according to God's image, according to his likeness, and therefore I believe that I am the child of God and I look like God, and I believe God is a very phenomenal being. So I do not care what people say about my beauty, but as long as God accepted me and am his child, and also God says that we are wonderfully and fearfully made, which makes me feel so beautiful. And also guys, I believe that I am beautiful in my own way, but when it comes to basically comparing myself, of which is something that I do not do, then it's where the problem starts. So I would also like to say, even if I do not know you, that you are beautiful. You are beautiful in your own way. Do not allow people make you believe that you are ugly.